wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna
So, I'm here today with something kind of cool. This is the North Shore Sauna. It's one of their models. North Shore Sauna is the company. And yeah, this thing seems cool, right? So, it's basically a tent. It pops up. Assembly of this part took my wife and I 3 minutes. It literally is just folded down. You grab these, you pull them out, one side pops out, you come around to the next side, pops out, come around to the next side, you know, etc. You just stand on the lip while you're doing it. So here we have the door. I'll take you again into it a little bit later. First I have to assemble the stove and get it inside. This is rocks. This is the rock basket that I have to put together. There's some more parts of it there. This is going to take me a little bit longer because I got to like figure out all the instructions and make sure I put the pipes in the right order. But all in, I'd say this is probably going to take like 10 minutes once you've done it once or twice. It did come with a nice rain fly. It rained last night. We got some good thunderstorms, so I went ahead and did that. I apologize for this plane. Normally planes don't fly over here. We're 20 minutes from the airport. But the rain fly did its job. It is nice and dry inside. You do have windows which you can open from the inside. They're just like Velcro, and then you can see through, so you get a little light in there. Other than that, yeah, I like this thing. So for the stove, it goes over here in this corner. Let me walk around here. There is a Velcro on the rain fly. You just lift that up, and then there's another Velcro on the tent, and then your pipe comes through there. There are little pockets inside, presumably for holding those and other things. So yeah, let me get this stove together and get the first fire going in it to burn off any protective oils and stuff. And then a little bit later, I'll get in this thing. Think about some things that I could do with this. I'm going to try where I do a week or 2 weeks, depending on how long my wood lasts. I don't have a lot of seasoned wood right now. We'll see what's available around town. But yeah, come up with some ideas. Leave them in the comments. Okay, let me get this going and then we'll get inside. Here, and let me just show you a mistake I made so I can save you some time. There are screws missing from here, here, and here. The same on the back, some on the sides, and on the bottoms. I just thought they came loose in transit. I didn't really notice that there was a pattern. Well, what it is there's the screw holes here, here, here on the frame, and then the same on the bottom. And the same for the back one and stuff, and that's what holds those on, and then this part comes along and gets screwed on too. So save yourself some time, hang on to those screws till you get to this step. Before I move this into the tent, I just wanted to show you it all assembled so you can get an idea of what you're doing if you get one of these. This is what it should look like. So let me find a better way to hold the camera. So you're attaching this outer side thing here. You get the screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there. The front, kind of like I showed you earlier, there's these screws on the side that were out. Do not put those in until you put the front and the back on. It makes your life a whole lot easier. It took me like an extra 15 minutes because I'm an idiot and didn't look at the instructions all the way. The basket's pretty simple. There's 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws. Self-explanatory, you can figure it out. There's a lip for the bottom, there's not a lip for the top. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to move this into the tent. I'll go ahead and get the pipes on. We want to put that one with the valve first per the manual. It looks like the valve should be on the top of that segment when we put it in, and then we put all the others on, put the cap on, and yeah, then we can fire it up and cook off all the, you know, protective oil that's just protecting the metal so we don't breathe that in later. So let me take you inside here. I'm not sure what orientation I'm going to put the stove, if I want it like that or if I want it this way. I'll play with that once I spend a little bit of time in here. Here's one of the windows that I showed you or was talking about. It's hard to see, but there's a little, you know, like backpack clip thing there. There's one here. There's also one here that I have closed right now. There's those little pouches, like I said. I'm guessing that's so you can, like, I don't know, stick these in there, because these are all windows. You have little triangle windows. Triangle window. But no, this thing's great. Like, I really, really like this thing. And, you know, I can stand up in here, just barely. I would say in the very center I have 3 or 4 inches. If I come over to the sides, my head is touching. But plenty of room in here for 4 or 5 people if you wanted to get real friendly. And yeah, let me get this hooked up and get it going. So I've got the stove going, got the rocks on it. Just wanted to show you this real quick. I'm going to reset the camera real fast because a lot of smoke's coming out of there. I need to shut the door. But I wanted you guys to see the fire. The glass on it's pretty small, so now you got a good look. I will say, smokestack went up super quick, slid right together. I'm just doing this and letting the oil burn off, and then I'll get up in here. Let me grab my thermometer. Let's see. The ground is already 80, 90 degrees in here. The wall is 84. You know, that fire's fire hot. And then we got about 95 degrees on the rocks. Some of them closer to the stovepipe are 146-ish, 145-ish. And then the smokestack itself is about 130 degrees. So yeah, let me get this door shut. Okay, that's much better. Let's let some of the smoke clear out of here from that wood. There's much more coming out of the smokestack now. Good sign. I did add another piece of wood in there. Get this thing hot enough to burn off, you know, the protective film oil that they put on stainless steel and stuff when they ship it. And then, yeah, I'm not going to show you me going into the sauna because I'm 300 pounds and hairy, and my stretch marks look like I got it in a fight with Wolverine. So, yeah, we're going to spare you that. So I've had the door shut for a minute, literally a minute. It's already absurdly warm in there. The walls are about 150 degrees, so I think it's about ready. Let me get my thermal. We'll be right back. Okay, so I've had the door shut while I got my thermal camera out. And you can see the outside of it's about 94 degrees, 108 degrees, 112 degrees, depending on where it's at. So, oh wow, it is warm in there. So, the exterior of the stove, I don't know how well you can see that because of the sun, it's 300 degrees. It's about 190 degrees on the walls. So I'm going to go ahead and zip this up. I'm going to wrap everything up here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to enjoy this. And I'll come back and let you know what I think about it. All right, so I tried this out earlier today, like I told you I was going to. I was going to film right after that, but after I got out of that, the last thing I wanted to do was film. Man, I love it. It's great. North Shore Sauna has done an amazing job with this thing. The smokestack's great, the stove's great, the tent is freaking amazing. That pop-up feature made it so easy to set up. Do learn from my mistakes with the stove. I did make those mistakes where I thought the screws had come out in transit and put them back in. You need to hang on to those for a later step because that's how you attach the sides and the front and back. So don't make that mistake. Hang on to those screws until you get to that step. Maybe you look at the instructions, all of the instructions first. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go back in here for a second. Again, I love this thing. Let me turn the camera around here. We do have the windows, you got the rain fly, you got the rain cap, stack, everything. Again, it just pops up real easy. You set it down on the ground and you grab these and then just pull and the side pops up. The only tent the only tent poles you have to put together are these two here and these two here. And those just kind of, if I can get to it, just kind of hold the door rigid. And then, yeah, come in here. Ooh, I about fell. I have flip-flops on, and they're not the greatest thing. So let me get another one of these windows open here. So you got some light. You do have those windows, like I said. There's also one there, and there's one there. You've got this, but the rain fly's covering that right now. And you got the triangle ones as well. So this here, this is like an air vent thing. There's also one down here. And that obviously keeps you from dying as you're combusting wood in here. The rocks were great. Definitely worth getting the rocks and the basket. It's just, everything was great. It burnt the logs extremely cleanly. There is barely any ash left. I can knock that down into the tray. The tray comes out and then I can dump it in the fire pit over there. But yeah, I love this thing. 100% check out North Shore Sauna. I'll have the link down there. I'll have the model of this. I keep forgetting the model of this. This is one of the two smaller models. There are bigger ones if you wanted to have more people. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. My wife and I came in here and we enjoyed it. Definitely you'd want to pick up a bench or something. Sorry, there was a pretty big spider. I was trying to deal with that. I'm gonna try this for 14 days in a row, I think. Let's get out of here, it's a little hot. I'm just curious what that experience is going to be like. And yeah, that's it. I love it. I look forward to using it. After those 14 days, I will probably put it away until fall because, you know, it's 90% humidity right now, 90 degrees. Actually, I think it's like 93 degrees. There's actually a heat advisory out. So not the day you really want to do a sauna, but yeah, I love it. I will see you guys in the next video. If you can think of anything cool to do with this, let me know in the comments.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out,